Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to Muhammad Sheikh's channel. Please click the bell icon so that you may receive timely notifications of our upcoming videos.
Al-Ma'idah and Ayah 27. وَاتْلُوا عَلَيْهِمْ نَبَأَ ابْنَيْ آدَمَ بِالْحَقِّ إِذْ قَرَّبَ قُرْبَانًا فَتُقُبِّلَ مِنْ أَحَدِهِمَا وَلَمْ يُتَقَبَّلْ مِنَ الْآخَرِ قَالَ لَأَقْتُلَنَّكَ قَالَ إِنَّمَا يَتَقَبَّلُ اللَّهُ مِنَ الْمُتَّقِينَ. And recite over them the prophecy in truth of the two sons of Adam, when they both gave sacrifice to be close to Allah. Then it was accepted from one of them and was not accepted from the other. He said, I will definitely kill you. He said, surely Allah accepts the sacrifice from those who guard. Further it says in Al-Ma'idah 5, this in continuation, لَإِن بَسَطْتَ إِلَيَّ يَدَكَ لِتَقْتُلَنِي مَا أَنَا بِبَاسِطٍ يَدِيَ إِلَيْكَ لِأَقْتُلَكَ إِنِّي أَخَافُ اللَّهَ رَبَّ الْعَالَمِينَ. Definitely, if you will stretch out your hand towards me to kill me, I will not stretch out my hand towards you to kill you. Surely I fear Allah, the Lord of the worlds. The same in continuation, the one whose sacrifice has been accepted by Allah, he says, if you intend to stretch out your hand to kill me, I will not stretch out my hand towards to kill you. Meaning he is not even defending. Here you must note the point, he is not even defending. He says, if you will stretch out your hand towards me to kill me, I will not stretch out my hand towards you to kill you. Surely I fear Allah, the Lord of the worlds. So further, Al-Ma'idah 5 and Ayah 29. إِنِّي أُرِيدُ أَن تَبُوءَ بِإِسْمِي وَإِثْمِكَ فَتَكُونَ مِنْ أَصْحَابِ النَّارِ وَذَلِكَ جَزَاءُ الظَّالِمِينَ. Surely I intend that you reside with my sin and with your sin, so you will be from the companions of fire, and that is the reward of the oppressors. So he says, I intend that you reside with my sin and with your sin. The word Arabic is reside means where you live. There is a place where I've got my own residence as my house where I live. Similarly, we reside in our psychology. In our psychology, we live. Everybody lives there, in our own psychology. Where we are having righteous deeds with us, we have our wrong deed with us in our psychology where we live. And we have other people's evils and badness with us. What other people have done badness or wrong or evil, we know. Somebody's badness or weaknesses, we know, and we reside with that. First of all, we want to find out somebody's faults. Vulture, we want to find out other people's faults, and with that person's wrong, we reside. We live in that. That person is this, he was doing this, I know about his personality. We reside with that, we live with that. What is that purpose for? What you gain out of nothing? Except to reside with the other people's weaknesses, you reside, you live in that. You are living in that, somebody else's weaknesses, you live with that, and your own weaknesses or your own wrong or sin. So he says, you reside with my sin, whatever the sins that person has committed, you reside with that, you are looking for my sin, these are my mistakes, these are my problems, you reside with that. And your own sin, your own sin you also know. You understand what I'm saying? There are two residences where you live. my own sins, you found out that this person, Muhammad Sheikh, has got these sins. You know this, suppose. So because of those sins, you know, you don't look at that message, you look at those sins. So you're residing with the sin that I have. So you're living with those sins. And similarly, there are your own sins. So you're living with your own sins. So this person says, you reside with my sin. Because of my sins, you know, you live with that, in that. And at the same time, you live with your own sin. So what is the purpose of looking at somebody's faults? That you start living with that. And you don't look at the message. You don't look at the sense or the essence. You look at the other people's faults or the sins if he has committed. So that is the judgment on the nearness of God, Allah. That if somebody's sins you know, you are residing all the time, you are repeating those sins, that person is like this and he has done like this, he has done like this, that is it, you know this. Okay, good. And you also know your sins. But what are you doing about it? You are not doing anything about your improvement, or neither you are doing anything about the other person's knowing. What is the benefit? Suppose this person is changed, he is amended, he is asked forgiveness from Allah, that in this case he was accepted by Allah, his sacrifice was accepted by Allah. So that is why he says, you reside with my sin. Okay, you want to live with my sin, you live. Reside with my sin. And you also reside in your own sin. Live in that. This is how people live in the world. Living means they have got, in their psychology, they are living with the sins of other people and they are living in the sins of their own. Nothing doing about anything. So this person whose sacrifice was accepted, he is saying, you reside with my sin. You live with that. And also with your own sin. Surah Al-Ma'idah 5 and Ayah 30. Next continuation. فَطَوَّعَتْ لَهُ نَفْسُهُ قَتْلَ أَخِيهِ فَقَتَلَهُ فَأَصْبَحَ مِنَ الْخَاسِرِينَ. So his soul, the self, the psyche, led him to volunteer in killing his brother. Then he killed him. So his mourning was from the lost ones. Because he kept in front of him the sin of his sin was in front of him, and his own sin, it became easy, or it was voluntarily in the killing of his brother. So his soul or the self or the psyche led him to kill in the killing of his brother. That means he kept the other person's faults in front of him or the sins in front of him, that because he's got these sins in him, it is justified for me to kill him. You understand what I'm saying? That it is his sin. That person's sins, he came to know the other brother. He came to know his sins, that says that because of these sins, his psychology, psyche led him to volunteer. It becomes voluntarily action because he said, because he's this wrong, he's done this is wrong, I should kill him. It is no justification of doing wrong. If a wrong does take place, you are not justified to do the same very act, the wrong. Similarly, his psychology, he knew the sins of that person, of that brother, he knew the sins. So he said, I will let you reside with that sin. So he knew that sin, and because he knew the sin, he said it becomes voluntary action to kill his brother because of a sin. Because he knew that this person has committed this sin, I have the right to kill him. So his soul, the self-psyche, led him to volunteer in killing his brother. Then he killed him, so his mourning was the lost ones. Why did he kill him? First of all, he killed him because he was accepted by Allah. First, his jealousy. He was not accepted, his works was not accepted. That is the first jealousy. Now he's covering that jealousy by thinking that this person is to be killed because he knew the sins. He knew the wrongs or the sins of that brother. That is why he said, you live or reside with that sin of yours and of my sin. You live with that. My sin you also reside, and your own sin you reside. So people who look at other people's faults or weaknesses or wrongdoings doesn't justify them to have their feelings for that person the way they have. It is not justified. If somebody is wrong, doesn't mean you to have a bad relation with that person. That is not the justification. That is the point here we have to understand, because the soul the self led him to volunteer in killing his brother. Justified him, yes, you can kill him because he's got bad character or whatever in his eyes. But in the eyes of Allah, he was accepted. The sacrifice was accepted. But to him, he knew it. Okay, I know his sin. That is why you can reside in the sin, in my sin. You can reside with my sin, and you can reside in your own sin, with your own sin. So that is why he killed him.